So segmental feature consists vowels and consonant. Segmental features can be identified visually. You can know how many segmental features does a word have by just looking at the word's phonetic transcriptions. For example, the word cat, according to its phonetic transcription, have 3 segmental features, while suprasegmental feature is a feature that follow consonant and vowels. Uh, it cannot be identified visually. You have to analyze the word further to know what kind of suprasegmental feature does a word have. A suprasegmental feature example is tone, stress, intonation, and many more features that follow consonant and vowels. Aggressive sound is a sound that you produce when you inhale the air. So when you inhale the air and you produce a sound, that sound is called aggressive sound. Well, aggressive sounds is the opposite of the ingressive. So it's a sound that you produce when you exhale the air. Happen when you produce a sound is that the first thing that happens is that your lung will pump an air, and then that air will go into trachea and then go to larynx, and in the larynx there is a thing that called vocal cords. It is a thing that provides interruption to the airflow. As you may know, sound can only be produced when there is interruption in the airflow. So if your vocal cords is having a problem, then you won't be able to produce a sound. After it goes to your vocal cords, it will go either to the oral cavity or the nasal cavity. If it goes to the oral cavity, you will produce what is called an oral sound. And if it goes into nasal cavity, then you will produce a nasal sound. And then the last step is pronunciation step. It is mainly affected by your tongue and your lower lips. It is affect how a person pronounce a certain words. Stress is a different degree of loudness that you will apply on a certain syllable. There are 3 degrees of stress. The first is the strong, which is primary, and then there is medium or secondary, and the last is the weak stress. So there are 2 kinds of stress: the word stress and the sentence stress. In the case of sentence stress, if you change the position of the stress, it can change the total meaning of that sentence. Pitch is how high or how low a tone you use for a syllable. There are 4 levels of pitch. There are pitch level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. Next is intonation. Intonation is a pattern of a different pitch you use for a different syllable. There are 3 kind of intonation. There are high-low intonation, wide raising intonation, and there is high normal sustained intonation. So orthographic writing is a writing method where you write a unique symbol to represent a certain sound. Orthographic is inconsistent because one symbol can represent more than one voice, so it can cause misunderstanding when you write using orthographic method. In the word thing, there are 4 segments. In the word true, there are 4 segments. In the word dog, there are also 4 segments. And in the word procedure, there are 8 segments. There are 8 segments.